Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Steins Gate Zero. It is episode 19 and you know what to do. As always, if you want to see the reaction itself, go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the circumflex part with real dots and enjoy the reaction. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear my thoughts about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, for me there was a strange episode. And I really have the little question if he did not make it worse now. But let's go through it one by one. So, we started off in however you want to say it now, in the meaning of in the timeline that everyone that was not jumping in the time machine was in. So still following Ocarina. And there is a lot of reactions to the fact that there was an attack going on. And it was an open operation. There was a war, kind of. Two sides fighting against each other's. A helicopter with missiles shooting and stuff like that. So clearly that's something that the publicity cannot ignore. So finally, it was out in the open. However, and that's a bit strange here, and I always have to question that. The whole group of them were able to escape the scene, and there was nothing pointing toward them fast enough, at least, that someone was standing at the doorsteps, which I have to question a little bit. I mean, even nowadays, we do have like cameras everywhere, and when people are leaving buildings, they are seen and stuff like that. So, but for the benefits of the story, I will give them the shadow of the doubt that they, however, made it out of there. And all over the weeks and months that have passed, no one in the area really realized that they were very often at the rooftop there. Or at least no one is talking to the police here who is investigating this. So that's a little bit of a weak spot, but I see that it is for the sake of the story, so okay. They are trying to rebuild the time machine, and they did it in the end. So the knowledge of Ocarina, who knew how Marquis Kurisu did it, was needed for it. They again hacked into CERN pretty fast, I guess, but I mean, we have a super hacker, so what? He could give them all the information they needed. In this case, it was about the 42-inch TV and all of that, so it's the electron gun and whatever, what we had in the past already. And they recreated the time leap machine, the 48-hour option version of it. But before that, and that is, in my opinion, a major point, Ocarina checked on the rooftop again. So there are multiple scenes here. So this is a huge scene of a crime, and he's able to just sneak open the door, watch this soldier standing there, hear a conversation very fittingly, and then close it again. I really do like this series, but in this episode, it was really a bit too much on some ways, you know? Like, let's be honest, you normally wouldn't be able to do something like that. You shouldn't be able. I really have to question the security measures they put in place there. And his amount of luck he's having. However, sake of the story, okay. He listened and heard that there were no bodies found of any civilians in the wreckage additionally, which, by the way, is like, makes no sense, you know? There was like, why would they say... So first they realized there's a wreckage. Then they would say, especially, there are no civilians in the wreckage. If they would have said, like, there are no civilians in the whole area, I could live with that, you know? There was a fight between two armed forces, and no civilians were harmed. But they go for the wreckage and no civilians inside. If they would be like, there are no persons at all in the wreckage, that's okay. because I normally in their position would have thought this, whatever the wreckage was, is possibly part of the operation, so whatever kind of vehicle being destroyed by the enemy party. So as I said, it's a little bit too much here in your face. However, no civilians, so that's more an information for us. Which makes it way more likely for the story that the time machine did jump. And he is aware of that. However, because he wants to make sure they are not dead, he chooses to still use the time leap. Which I can understand and agree with, because he only has this window of 48 hours. So if he would have let it slip to see if they made the jump and were somehow successful, and then realizes they were not and they are dead, he cannot undo it anymore. So he jumps. I agree with that. However, by doing so, he made it worse. But I will come to that later. First things first, in the construction, we had the moment of everyone working there, everyone being back in the lab, working together, helping each other out, this camaraderie that was in the past. And I like that they pointed that out and he realized it. Additionally, I like the determination that he has. I mentioned it during the reaction. You can see it on his face. And it's not kind of anger. It is like he has a goal. He has something he is dedicated to. And there was something missing in the past, in the whole Steins Gate Zero series. So that's a good thing to see. Now he makes the jump back. Oh, before that we have even Amadeus back on board. Kind of surprising. So Daru was even able to get Amadeus back. And we have like a little soul touching and being nice to Maho that she's a true Amadeus. Okay. And then we have the time leap. Now, it's not really clear why when he appeared on the rooftop. In this moment, the Professor Reyes appears, so it is the one that we knew from the past. I wasn't sure in the last discussion. It is a bit strange that the time seems to be mismatched towards the other moment. We have it kind of in the idea of the original Steins Gate that you cannot undo specific things. But there it was different ways of dying for Mayuri. Here it is now that he appears sooner, thus Professor Reyes appears sooner. But it doesn't feel right, because the two girls are already standing in front of the machine and were about entering. So by seeing that, he should have arrived at the same time. So there's a discrepancy, and I don't see why. It's weird, it's strange, and I don't see it. If you would have like catched them in the floor, as example, and then had the discussion there, that would have made sense. So it is sooner. But thus they're standing in front of the machine, and I'm pretty sure they were not standing like half an hour in front of the machine discussing about whatever. It really makes not much sense. So there is something where I'm not sure if the writers did fit it correctly. Just saying. And Professor Reyes being around there, you can then argument, okay, she is there. It was before she was killed by Kagenui? What is her name? Kagari, sorry. By Kagari. But then again, why are the girls standing so long in front of the machine? We didn't have that in the past, so something is strange there. However, she gets killed. The professor shows up. He even mentions that she is standing for the other organization. It feels for a moment like he's not part of the organization. I'm not sure there. And then it all ends up being blown up again. However, this time, the machine is clearly destroyed before it even was able to be activated. So by that he made it worse, because now he is in a timeline where for sure the girls did not make the jump. So That's not good, I would say. Coming from there, we are in the next step, which is how the heck did he make it out alive there? So they skipped the complete part of him watching the machine being destroyed and standing there and asking why, to he is back in the lab and is at least partially hurt, so he got a little shot on his leg again, and makes the time jump later on again. So I have to question, how did he make it out of the rooftop? I can guess that possibly Kagari went wild again because her mother was, in the machine. That she killed most of them, then the other side appeared and stuff like that. But that's pure guessing. So they skipped that, and I'm not sure why. They could have made it in a very short, or just having him say, then everything happened like it did the last time, she went crazy and stuff, But this information is completely missing now. It's strange. He appears at the lab again. He told them to complete the machine, which they cannot do without him, as we know. And the next thing we see is him time jumping. So they are very harshly cutting content here. Even for he appears in the lab and then to the time jump. I would have liked a short, we did rebuild it, or a short pictures of them working, or I don't know. So right now I don't know, did they do the same things or what? As I said, it feels very cramped. He makes a jump again, and then there were multiple things, so I realized that he seems to have jumped further in the past than the last time. I might be wrong, but the clock went to 7:06. Let me see. I can see if I can find it out. Exactly. So we were at, normally the last time I think what happened was at 7:07, and here he jumped to 07:06 in the past. Then I think I will not. Yeah, I will not be able to. There it is. This time frame. And I think it is too far. Just guessing, because now. Well, not sure. So that's one thing which I was like, wasn't that a little bit too much? And then with the outro end, we have the same with the splittering glass. Possibly like the glass of time, the glass of. There it is. So he broke something, they broke something, I don't know. Oh, that is. What the heck? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. That was surprise. Okay, I did not see that. Where the heck is that? Okay, sometimes stuff happens when you just click into videos. So I'm sorry, I did not see that in the episode at all. I think it is when the time just flies into different moments. Yeah, there we are in normal. But it's a very straightforward one. So 2011. Well, as I said, something's going wrong with time, and I guess that is important for us in the meaning of what we will see in the next episode. Possibly something broke here, and yeah, no idea where he will. I guess he will appear somewhere else. Maybe a complete. I mean, it might be an option how he gets to the Steins Gate timeline as well, which we are searching for. So the question is, why did it break now? And this is why I'm a little bit upset about the cutting together of this episode, because this shattered glass of time might be due to the way how they build the time machine the second time now in this episode. The time leap machine. Just saying. It might be as well happening because the two girls made it in the first version into the past. But shouldn't that be not having an influence on his new timeline that he jumped to? I really don't know. However, it will be interesting next time, I guess, because this has a meaning, no question there. And I will see you in the next episode. And until then, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.